Madge, you're here at Ellen Road. Does it all seem real now, semi-final World Cup time?
Yeah, there's a lot of work that's gone in to get to this point, so really looking forward to it. And so are the players. They've had a good week, obviously a really good tour, so it's all about what's in front of us.
What did you identify from last week's performance that needs to be better against the Kangaroos?
There's areas that, in and around our attack we needed to be sharper. I thought defensively at times, we needed to be better too. So, but as a group, we had to go into the deep end, and we got a bit of an arm wrestle up happening, and we probably hadn't had that for a while. So it was nice to actually go through that. So the players have had that experience now.
Madge, how close was Jared to playing?
Well, you've seen him run around, so he is close, but he just can't fully stride. So, he's available next week.
Is that the hope? Yeah, that obviously.
Well, I've been told that all the medical guys, I've got a good crew here, and they said he'd be right next week. So.
You've got world number one rankings, but do you see yourself as an underdog for this week?
Well, Australia have obviously got the runs on the board in World Cup, so if that means anything. But at the end of the day, this is a whole new 80 minutes. And there's a lot that's gone into where we are right now, and the players are prepared really well, and it's our opportunity.
Yeah, when Australia do have that many runs on the board, what do you have to do to prepare mentally?
We've spoken about that internally. We'll keep that to ourselves. And it's around the preparation too of what we've gone through. I've got a really strong group, and a lot of the players now have played in real big games. A lot of them have played in semi-finals and grand finals, and those experiences lead to what you have obviously tomorrow.
Yeah, is this a really different side to what previous World Cups, previous encounters?
They have. I guess I don't know what previous teams have been like, but this group I've sort of been talking to for 4 or 5 years now, and we set out way back to end up at this point. So now we've obviously got Australia in front of us.
Given the year you've had, what would it mean to guide the team into the World Cup final?
Look, I'm just really fond of these players, of how they've gone about what they've done to build who they are. The jersey itself is a very special jersey, and everyone back home in New Zealand is obviously right behind the players. So that means a hell of a lot to our players and our families.
This has been on the cards for a while with the way the draws worked out for you and this team.
Yep.
How much have you been looking forward to a game like a high stakes game against New Zealand?
Good players want to play good players, and that's what the two teams are. We're aware, obviously, for some time ago that this game had to happen to get through to the final. So we're looking forward to it.
Imagine a lot of people talked about Jared being so important in this game because of his aggression going against this Kangaroos side. So who kind of steps up and takes that mantle as the leader, I guess, or the aggressor against them?
Well, you've got James Fisher-Harris and Moses Leota that have just come out of a grand final, and I think those two are probably two of the best players on the field. So I've got a pretty handy front row. Obviously, Joey Tapp's there as well. I think he was best front rower in the game. So I've got a few candidates that will take that mantle, but they're all about playing for each other and playing the game how we want. So I've got a few there.
How is Jared? I imagine he would be gutted that he's missing his game.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's like a cage animal, really. But that's the way he plays. But off the field, he's a champion fella, and he understands his role. Obviously, he wants to be on the field, but he's also a leader amongst the boys, and he's added in where he can, and he's been really supportive. Obviously, what the coaching staff have been pushing right throughout the weeks, and so it's unfortunate, but he also knows that he's got a playing group, his players, his mates that can do the job.
You mentioned Moses in the grand final. He was a man on a mission that night. Is your message to him similar to how he played that night?
Look, if they play that way, I'm sure they're going to have a good game. So they were outstanding in that grand final, and obviously as a player at this level, you want to play like that each week.
Is it a compliment that Aussies were impersonating and that Lindsay Collins was being Nelson at training? Is that a compliment that they've identified Nelson as one of your keepers?
Yeah, well, Lindsay tends to spend more time in the middle, so Nelson's been out on the edge. So, but look, in saying that, everyone does things to prepare, and I'm really confident about how we've prepared.
It's been so long since you guys have played. How much does the international game need this fixture?
I think it's really important for the international game. Sort of been in and around the international space. It's huge for the game. I really hope that everyone jumps on the back of the World Cup and grows the international game moving forward, because you see the fans and the players. They all want to play at the highest level, and obviously we've got a number of countries that their first experience. I mean, the Jamaican experience for us was quite special. I mean, they scored a try, and it's the happiest I've ever seen a group of players. But there's special things that are going on in our game, and I think from an international point of view, if we keep pushing hard to develop it, it's going to become what it used to be. I mean, as a little kid, I remember watching the international game, and you'd get up early in the morning watching your great players. So it's something there that I really hope the game gets a hold of.
As a
coach, is that really rewarding? You've coached obviously a lot in the NRL, but you coach internationally and see the game grow like that. Is it rewarding to be a part of?
Oh, it's really special. I mean, we had the Jamaicans stay with us in Leeds, and they were talking about how they don't have a ground to go and train on. So, but then all of a sudden they're playing in an international arena, and over time I'm sure we'll get plenty of Jamaicans running around, whether it's in Super League or NRL. So the more experiences that they get, the better they're going to become. And our game can be global.
Madge, if you looked at the Kangaroos' left side in particular, they've been on fire. Josh Adokar scoring tries for fun, Munster, Crichton, Latrell Mitchell. That's where you think a lot of their focus might be attacking-wise.
Oh, I'm sure it will. I mean, they do that week in, week out back home. So, I think everyone's aware of where they go. It's about how we go about, defending and where we put the ball and making sure that, we look after each other when we are defending.
The question was asked last week about Joey Manu and fullback. No temptation. You're still sticking with him at fullback?
No, I'm pretty happy with Petter and Raps out on the edge there. So they're doing a good job for us. Pet's been an outstanding player for a long time. He probably doesn't get the credit he deserves as a centre. He's very sharp and very smart how he goes about things. So it's going to be a good clash out there on the right.
Do you think Joey Manu's been the player of the tournament so far?
I'll let him do the talking tomorrow.